Copyright disclaimer under Section 107 of the Copyright Act 1976. Allowance is made for fair use for purposes such as criticism, comment, news reporting, scholarship, and research. Fair use is a use permitted by copyright statute that might otherwise be infringing. Nonprofit, educational, or personal use tips the balance in favor of fair use. Thank you. Now enjoy the show.
What up, y'all? Thanks for tuning in. Oh, Beverly Hills, child, Beverly Hills. How y'all doing? I hope you're doing well, enjoying this wonderful heat. I love the summer. I'm a summer baby born in the grand month of June, Cancer all day. Yes. Oh, these ladies. I hope you're having a wonderful time despite what's going on in these YouTube streets, child. It's some it's some ish going on. I ain't in it. I'm just looking and listening and watching. I know y'all are too. We ain't gonna get into them, but we gonna get into this season. What season is this? Let me look at my notes, child. What the notes say? Let's see. Oh, yeah, child. Season 12, episode 15. Ooh. Well, 4 more weeks. How many episodes they going to get? 30? How many more weeks we got for these Beverly Hills heifers? Ooh, we. Well, honey, let me start talking about these heifers. Thanks for listening. If you haven't liked already, please do. And please give me a comment. Let me know what you're thinking. If you are first time or have not subscribed, please subscribe and make sure that bell is black. Bet on black, boo. Because every time I come out with a new review or whatever, a live or whatever, hey, you don't know as soon as. Because YouTube be working. I be getting them alerts for other people. So-and-so going live. So-and-so going live in 30 minutes. Ooh, somebody premiering. Oh, I get them. Well, let me take a sip of my soap. That was good. Beverly Hills, season 12, episode 15. What it do? Well, they start off, they still comforting Rena, child, at that party. Homeless, not toothless. Toothless, Toofless. And this is not a dig. I'm just being funny. Like, yeah. Anywho, what's her name? Jaree didn't like them making fun of the name. But then again, whatever. Yeah, so they still comforting Rena because she all upset, yelling at folks, embarrassing the charity, getting into Sutton's flat arse. It's just doing too much. Then, Dorit's helper said, I think it's time to bring the cake out. Let's change the atmosphere, child, because there's too much going on while there's yelling and carrying on. So they have a little birthday cake for Kyle. Oh, Kyle is 100. That's good for her. And we all, getting all cutie and whatnot. Everybody wiping their tears and everybody hugging and carrying on. Then Crystal Clear comes out and wants to clarify her eating disorder. Personally, you ain't got to clarify nothing other than don't talk about my eating disorder. I don't want to hear about none of y'all discussing my eating disorder without me being present. But she didn't really clarify other than saying that she's been in therapy since she was 13 years old for this, because the ladies are wondering why isn't she getting help? Yada, yada, yada. Apparently she is, child. Apparently she is. It's real interesting because it seems like she hasn't. But yeah, Sutton told crystal clear in last episode. I really don't think the ladies were that genuine about it. I didn't feel the love per se. I mean, not all of them. The whole conversation was, in your favor without you looking a certain way, yada, yada. So, crystal clear had to bring it up at this party. Like, y'all, stop talking about my eating. Well, I wish she would have. But she was just clarifying that, yes, she has seen someone. And, yeah, okay. What else? Oh, look, Sutton, child. Sutton had to set folks straight about things going on. So Sutton hired a litigator to answer some questions because what she said last season about things going on at the firm and whatnot at what is that, Girardi Keys or whatever it's called. Yeah, she was subpoenaed, or not subpoenaed. She was asked to answer some questions. Girl, child, EJ jump raw. I told you not to say anything. I told you not to say anything. I told you that's on you, bitch. That's on you. Oh my God. So Sutton's whole point was, well, Erica, you called me a liability to Garcelle when you're the actual liability to all of us. Then Dorit chimed in and said, well, why would they only talk to you and not talk to anybody else in this group? You're the only one asking questions. Garcelle was like, no, she wasn't. She wasn't the only one asking questions. And then the montage. They got Garcelle asking questions outside on the rocks in the dirt. They got Dorit asking questions at the dinner. They got Kyle asking questions at a lunch. I mean, folks was asking questions. And quiet as it's kept, didn't Kyle, Dorit, and maybe two other ladies say that they had to talk to an attorney about whether or not they should, retain someone, or, just they talk to attorneys too, but somehow, some way, Sutton is the only one receiving the smoke. And that ain't cool, boo. I wonder why Sutton is the only one receiving the smoke. These ladies sure are hypocrites. Then Diana, dumbass, chimes in and gonna try and say Garcelle started this, right? Here she go, bashing black woman again. Yeah, I said it. What's her name? Diana, shut the fuck up. STFU. Garcelle was like, no, I don't think so, because when last time I saw you at your party, we were, chummy and, and pleasant and getting to know each other. And Diana was like, what happened to her from you? Garcelle was like, bitch, I ain't heard from you either. Two-way street. Don't the phones work receiving and outgoing? I thought they did. I guess maybe Diana didn't know that because she's not from here. Bitch, please. So Garcelle and her, a confessional was like, well, if you don't know me and whatnot, just Google me. How about that? Just Google me. I heard that. You can Google me too and find RAERAES all day. So I know if you Google Garcelle, you can find out a whole lot about her, heifer. Then Rena jumps in to try and save Diana from Garcelle. And I'm like, Rena's like, well, do you hear her, Garcelle? The fuck? Yeah, Garcelle heard her loud and clear. The bitch trying to start shit. Oh, I'm just going off. I'm like, what? Yeah, Rena. Okay, first of all, Garcelle was like, well, what do you hear? Because I heard her loud and clear. What do you hear, Rena? And then Rena changes up again. Well, why are you saying it like that? See, all of these, I don't know if they're microaggressions of, it's not racial, I don't think. It's just, they're trying to paint Garcelle into a picture that don't make sense. Like, it's like low-key bully tactics, because they're trying to say that Garcelle is not welcoming or friendly or on the up and up with it. And then Rena said, well, because of fear. What is Garcelle afraid of? She ain't afraid of none of y'all. Like Bernie Mac. I ain't afraid of none of y'all. Bernie Mac. Shoot. Bernie Mac, child. Bernie Mac to all them hoes. Huh? Garcelle. Rena thinks Garcelle is being defensive. She's not being defensive. She wasn't being defensive. And that could be a microaggression, because always trying to say how Garcelle is, somewhat of a liability or problematic is just false. She's the least problematic on that show. It seems as though people start with Garcelle. Garcelle don't start with people. She doesn't initiate things. Now, one thing she did initiate a little bit was EJ and the drinking thing, because of course the ladies talked to each other. Again, they all discussed Crystal Clear's eating disorder without her being there. So it's not far-fetched that Garcelle would, discuss EJ's possible alcohol and drug abuse, poison, and all that stuff with everybody else more in depth than with EJ herself. So that, again, it's not far-fetched. However, it's laughable to think how Rena thinks about Garcelle. Yeah. Next, we have Crystal Clear talking to her husband at home. And what's weird is she says she feels pressure from the ladies to get better. Well, I do feel the ladies are pressuring her a little bit. It's uncomfortable for her because she's the one going through it. But what's strange is Rob says it's time to find someone to talk about this with. Didn't she tell the ladies she'd been seeing somebody since she was 13? Didn't she tell folks before that, she's suffering, she's throwing up every day and yada, yada? It's too contradictory. And I hate to say that with her and her eating disorder, but it is. She's saying one thing and contradicting herself. And then her husband is co-signing the contradiction. So, anyway, Kathy comes over. She was coming over for whatever. And then Kathy said, I'm hungry. I got any crackers? Any cheese? And they just gave her a little tiny charcuterie board. And, but the one thing Kathy did say that I was shocked but appreciative of to Crystal Clear was, girl, listen, you ain't got the answer to these heifers. You just take care of you. And if you need to, the next time they make you feel uncomfortable about your situation, let them know I appreciate the concern, but I got this. And I really don't want to discuss it too much further because it's very sensitive at this time. And, my husband and I are together on this, or just pretty much shoot them down each and every time moving forward. That's what she should do to protect herself. If she's feeling like the ladies are pressuring her and it's coming off disingenuine, which I understand from what Sutton said, I will just let them know, no, thank you. No, thank you. I'm just going to, appreciate all of your sentiment and moving forward. Thank you anyway. Thank you, but no, thank you. Yeah, tell them crystal clear. Okay, Kathy, you did one good. You did one great. One great. What else is on my notes? What else is on my notes? What else is on my notes? My notes. Yeah. So again, it's Kyle's birthday, and her family is celebrating her, and they're wearing leopard print pajamas. And she gets some skates for her birthday. Apparently, she was the business back in the day. Now she said her and her friends would go skating all the time. I wonder, did they go to World on Wheels? Child, if you don't know, World on Wheels was the business, the bomb skater rink of LA. Everybody was going there. If you've been living under a rock, Beyonce had a party there. What about in 2018? No. It was right after she had the twins. So the twins are what, 5 going on 6? Whenever that was, she had a little something at World on Wheels, and it turned out she had to rent it out and be, by herself, her and her crew, because they couldn't really skate, of course, because everybody's like, Beyonce here. But yeah, Rolling on Wheels was the big. Now, Kyle didn't say which skating rink, and I'm not too familiar with a whole lot more, but I'm pretty sure they did not go to Skateland USA in Compton. And there's another one in, what was that, Cerritos, near Cerritos Auto Square and the Cerritos Mall. I forget that name. So those were the major 3 that I know of, unless they went to the Valley or something. They probably did, Kyle and them. But yeah, the hood, all us hood skating rinks. Yeah, I named them 3. The one in Cerritos, I don't know the name, but yeah, it was all good. The one in Compton was really popular, but it's Compton, so ain't nobody going there. No shade, but shade. Woo, child. What's next? Rena and EJ say, oh yeah, Rena and EJ meet up, right? They're having some lunch, cocktails, whatever you want to call it. And they bring up Sutton, poking the bear, making it, difficult. And they get triggered by Sutton. I'm like, why is Sutton triggering y'all? She's why? Because she be right. She be bringing up stuff about them, and they don't like to face the music too, period. And she brings receipts when she speaks. Everybody else is just speaking, because of how they feel. Sutton mostly speaks from facts because, listen, Sutton is about her business. She ain't trying to get sued or lose money off of some mess. Money is important to these ladies. Like they were saying when EJ initially started going through all of this, you won't have any money? They were like, what the fuck? 25 years and nothing? Child, it was like, you won't be eating for the rest of your life? You're going to starve to death? Like, girl, she was involved. Ooh, allegedly, speaking of course. But come on now. Look, the courts have found her guilty of something. So I'm with the court on this. So yeah, they're just talking about poking the bear, Sutton does, and then Rena kind of feels guilty about, how she's been doing Sutton. She was like, I've been giving Sutton the blues, child, but it is what it is. So anyway, Rena's throwing a 70s party, and again, she's tired of being hard on Sutton. So the 70s party is coming. I can't wait. I love a party. Sutton and Kyle do lunch, child. Sutton and Kyle do lunch and says the truth about all of them defending EJ and not talking the truth about EJ. Sutton is the scapegoat. Again, like I said before, it's not like anybody, it's not like Kyle didn't inquire. I'm like, all of that needs to be brought out. If not during the season, on the doggone reunion, because again, Sutton is not the only one, and others, looked into attorneys and whatnot to see if their money is going to be affected, of course, if their bottom line is going to be affected, because that's what rich people do. What's the bottom line here? Meaning Am I in the red? Am I in the black? What's going on? Child, listen. If they if they don't stop it, I don't know what ain't. So yeah, Sutton just calls Kyle to the carpet. Like, why do you keep defending her like this? And they're just patronizing Erica. They don't want the smoke, and of course, they don't want the problem Sutton got. They're a bunch of pussy ladies. Anyway, what's next? Oh, rent a party. It was so nice. I love the photo booth. They were trying to get it together. They couldn't get it together, and they finally got a picture. Child, it's a cute little picture. Man, child, why does Sutton call those dancers the solid gold dancers? Not exclamation point, exclamation point, exclamation point. Now, the solid gold dancers, I remember, didn't dance like that. They didn't look like that. And they had on gold. These people put on some chiffon. Listen, I know people like what they like, but they didn't look like, they just looked out of place. Just what they were wearing wasn't really, up to par, and they looked dry, and it just was no excitement whatsoever. They looked real dry dancing up there. Compared to what I saw solid gold dancers as a kid, they didn't look like solid gold dancers. They didn't even look like 70s dancers, child. They just look like some folks who study dancing and is doing a gig. But yeah, I like the way Rena was getting those pseudo bartenders together and that whole bar situation. She said, "Oh no, we don't do the what'd she say? We don't do the puffed fruit. We need real limes, real lemons, real bartenders. Chop. Let's get that together. Thank you." I heard that. I know that. I know that lady was embarrassed, and then two ladies trying to make drinks. She's like, "Oh no! We need bartenders. We need real food up here, fruits and lemons and limes and whatever else, cherries. People putting their drinks. No. We ain't doing dehydrated slices and carrying on. If you don't get some real bar aficionados, I don't know what ain't. Now they be drinking, child. Don't fuck up they liquor now. These ladies depend on the liquor. Don't get it twisted, boo-boo. Please don't get it twisted. What's next on my notes, child? What's next on my notes? Ooh, Kyle producing again. Now, it was real arrogant of Kyle to just start in again when Lord Sutton said shut up. Folks, what makes Kyle think she can continue on when somebody says no? I thought no meant no. That kind of, got in my craw a little bit, how, Kyle just ignored what she said and just, oh, well, no. See, that's when you get in her face. Bitch, didn't I say don't say shit? That's just what the fuck I mean. That's the way I was feeling. Oh, she can't do that to me. So yeah, Sutton is just bringing up how Sutton felt after the lunch. And I'm like, Sutton, why are you bringing up this now? Again, Kyle is producing, trying to prove that, she's the leader of the pack and she can do this and she can do that because all her life she's been made to feel that way without recourse. And I'm like, bitch, you are not it. Sorry. EJ says the ladies are not getting to know Garcelle because of Sutton. Sutton is a liability. But Sutton says Rena's backpedaling pussy popping because when they met, it was a kind of a different story. And I'm like, I don't know. Kyle just kind of, ticked me off. But the real, okay, no pun intended, the real part of that scene, oh child, was Garcelle and EJ. They both was giving each other the business. EJ was, commenting on, trying to say, Garcelle, oh, but wait a minute, ain't they the same age? Ain't they the same age? When she called her ma'am, I took it as though she was trying to make a dig on her age. But then again, EJ was just digging, period. Bringing up the fact that Garcelle was questioning her sobriety as if it's a major problem with the alcohol. But Garcelle was like, I was talking about the balancing of the medication and alcohol and how it's been progressively a problem for you. EJ don't think so. She said, if there were a problem, you'd be the last to know, because my friends, point out to a few people here, would be, helping me out. And again, we saw Renna checking her at her house, 1 or 2 episodes ago. So we get it. Renna did check her. She didn't check her hard enough, as far as I'm concerned, as a friend. But Renna did check her. And, and ever since then, EJ hasn't been as shit-faced, but she has been drunk. If you don't know, when you combine medications that obviously should not be combined with alcohol, you're poisoning your body. And enough poison to where your brain can seize or stop, your heart can malfunction. All of these vital organs are affected because blood flows everywhere. It's very important that people don't combine alcohol with medication, period. It's on every bottle, I'm sure. I haven't seen every bottle. However, the effects alcohol gives the body does not fare well with medication, even if it's cold medicine. Look it up. Alcohol and mixing alcohol with any medication is called poisoning. And you can look that up too. So if EJ want to keep poisoning herself, she gonna be a memory, and it's gonna be some slow singing and flower bringing. But like Garcelle said, I don't have to make you look bad. You doing very well on your own, boo-boo. Yes. And that was the end of that. Oh, that was a good episode. I can't wait for episode 16 next week. Yes, boo. That was good. Child, listen. My take on Renna is that she's full of shit. I don't like how she's defending Diana. I think the underlying reason why these ladies are defending against Garcelle is that they don't seem racist. Again, not everything is race, but sometimes non-Black people have these microaggressions they are unaware of because of how they've lived their life and how accepting it's been since the beginning of time. So things manifest, racial issues manifest themselves in different ways because it's institutionalized, right? Again, no one's saying people are racist on this show except for Diana, child, with that mess she talking about, the Black content creator. Other than Diana, no one on this show is obviously or slightly racist. I don't believe that. All I know is to have Garcelle's back is rare. And for her to feel supported is necessary in these days and times. And I'm not saying patronize her. I'm not saying, be fake. But these ladies need to to understand the times that we're in. And again, I'm not saying being fake, but they need to stop being so anti against Garcelle, because Garcelle is not giving off that type of, you know, of temperament or anything negative. She's always, even when she argues, well, except for that one time she cussed out at at Dorit, but ooh, okay. Actually, scratch what I said about the microaggression. I just remembered when Dorit and last season, when Dorit and Garcelle were arguing outside, and Garcelle got up, oh, fuck you, Dorit, fuck you, Dorit, fuck you. Remember that? Dorit was arguing with her, and she shook her neck a little bit. You know, she changed her, I don't want to say vernacular, but she was trying to, well, her body movements and what she said and how she said it was very urban. And she's never been that way before. I think maybe she needed to feel like she needed to argue on Garcelle's level. I don't want to put words in the heifer's mouth, but that right there was a racial microaggression because of how she came at her in the argument. Whereas when she's arguing with non-Black people, she doesn't argue in the same manner with her tone and her mannerisms and whatnot. So that's what I'm talking about as a microaggression. So yeah, there have been some, but in this instance, I don't think they're racist. Again, they're probably, changing up how they do because, how they live and whatnot was a little, out of touch and uneducated. Again, just like when Dorit said, a lot of her help, her people, her family knows, but do you have Black people coming to your home as friends for your children to get to know? And the answer was no. It was dead silence. The kids know Black people to be working for her, not visiting her as if Renna would or Kyle would or anybody else besides Garcelle. So yeah, it is a problem when your children are not seeing, well, when her children only see Black people as workers. You know what I'm saying? Again, you don't have to be friends with Black people just to prove a point. But at the same time, don't portray yourself in one way, but then explain it, and then we find out it's some bullshit. But anyway, yeah, that's that on that. I ain't trying to make this no big old, to do about race. All I know is season 12, episode 16 is next week, and I can't wait. Thanks again for tuning in, y'all. I appreciate it. Again, please like, comment, subscribe, and share. And when you subscribe, make sure that button is black. The bell is black. Bet on Black, child. I'm about to go. Check out my outro.